The goal of circulation is to pick up oxygen and distribute it to the tissues that need it, and then pick up carbon dioxide and get rid of the carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Some basic anatomy of the heart. The right side of the heart is going to deal with deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood appears to be a darker tint because carbon dioxide is a waste product, and the right side of the heart has carbon dioxide rich blood. So that's more of a waste product and something that you want to get rid of. The left side of the heart carries oxygen rich blood. It would have gotten the oxygen from the lungs. So the goal is to get a solid understanding of the difference between pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. So again, the anatomy of the heart, you're going to see coming into the right atrium, you'll see deoxygenated blood coming in from the top part of the body and coming in from the lower part of the body. That's where the deoxygenated blood comes into, and you can see it's blue and it's a waste product. It'll then go into the right ventricle through a valve and then into the right ventricle. From there, when the heart contracts, when the two ventricles contract at the bottom, it pumps the deoxygenated blood up and out, and you can see it heads up this track and then heads to the right side and the left side. As it leaves the heart, it then picks up a pathway onto the lungs. So you can see that this is the left side of the heart. The right side of the heart. It's deoxygenated blood. It leaves, there's that trunk, the pulmonary trunk. It heads to the left and the right. Now understand that as you're facing the person, this is the right side, this is the left side. So here's the right lung. You can see these vessels are going in. They're going in and delivering the carbon dioxide-rich blood to both lungs. Once inside the lungs, once these blood vessels go inside the lungs, they run right next to the alveoli. So here's the lung. Inside the lung, there are plentiful alveoli. One alveolus is an air sac. So oxygen comes in during inhalation or inspiration when we take a deep breath. That's when we bring oxygen from the environment and we bring it into our lungs. When we exhale, we are actually exhaling the carbon dioxide. So as we bring oxygen in, we can take oxygen. Because there's a higher pressure of oxygen, the oxygen can then be, through the process of diffusion, it can be picked up by the red blood cells. These are all red blood cells, and delivered onto the rest of the body. As the blue vessels that we saw in this, as we saw here, as these deoxygenated vessels pass by the alveoli, it's carrying carbon dioxide-rich blood. The carbon dioxide diffuses into this space and then diffuses back into the alveoli. From there, during exhalation, we get rid of carbon dioxide. So again, inhalation, we bring in oxygen. The oxygen diffuses into the blood vessel, and you can see that the blood vessel will actually turn red to symbolize that that's oxygen-rich blood. And you can see here that the heart pumps out, the right side of the heart is going to pump out deoxygenated blood. It causes the carbon dioxide, the excess carbon dioxide, to diffuse into the alveoli, and during exhalation, we then exhale the carbon dioxide. Coming back into the heart, we're going to bring that nice oxygen-rich blood back into the heart. So it enters the left atrium because the left side of the heart is only going to deal with oxygen-rich blood. So it goes into the right atrium through a valve into the right ventricle. And now this massive ventricle is now going to push blood out of the heart when both sides contract, because the two bottom chambers contract at the same time, as do the two top chambers. But now as it pumps, it's going to then push it out to the rest of the body. So now we've got oxygen-rich blood leaving the body, leaving the heart. which then, here we are on the left side of the heart, it pumps it out to the body. From there, it's going to pump it out. There you go. There's that left side of the heart, oxygen rich. There's the aorta coming down, but it also has a branch off. It goes in this example, we're talking about the bicep. So the blood heads into the working muscles. In this case, it's the bicep. When the blood gets to the bicep, we're now going to be talking about systemic circulation. Here are the two tendons. Here's the muscle. Here's a muscle cell. So we've got oxygen-rich blood, and the red blood cells carrying oxygen coming into the muscle. Oxygen will diffuse out of the blood vessel. It'll diffuse into this muscle cell and all the numerous muscle cells. As it's diffusing across that cell membrane, carbon dioxide, which again is a waste product from the cells that are working, the carbon dioxide diffuses out, enters the blood vessel, and then in turn comes all the way back into the heart here. So we finished here. The carbon dioxide leaves the working cells, whether it's, in this case, the biceps, or it's a pancreatic cell. It could be from the gallbladder, from the stomach. It doesn't matter, but the working cells give off carbon dioxide as a waste product. It's picked up in the blood vessel and then returns back to the heart to then enter the right atrium. That's the difference between systemic circulation, which is in the working structures, the working muscles and structures, versus pulmonary circulation, which deals with gas exchange in the lungs itself.